What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Laughing Coyote, and this is Twick This Week in Cricket. And this video is just going to be about the awards and even more awards. Oh, did I mention awards? Oh, I did. Okay, good. So yeah, there were the ICC Awards, then there were ESPN Cricinfo released their Team of the Year and stuff like that as well. And then there were PCB Awards. I'm sure there were others as well, but those are the ones that I'm aware of. So we're going to go through them. I'm going to share my thoughts with you, and then I'll ask you to share your thoughts as well. What do you think about the players selected and, all of that? We'll start off with the men's ODI. I'm going to move over here so that way I'm closer to the mic, but also there's a space right here where I can put the pictures in it. I'm prepared. Anyways, so the first one is Men's ODI Cricketer of the Decade, which went to Virat Kohli. King Kohli, Super V, whatever you want to call him. Brilliant. Deserves it. No disputing that one. I don't think there's been a better batsman in the last 10 years than him, particularly in ODIs. To be honest, he's been great in Test and T20s as well, not just ODIs. But, yeah, Men's ODI Cricketer of the Decade, brilliant. No disputing that. Oh, this one. Oh, Men's T20 International Cricketer of the Decade is Rashid Khan. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me at all because he started... Hold on, I'm not exactly sure when he started, but I think he started in like 2012 or something, didn't he? Rashid Khan debut. Okay, ODI debut was in 2015. T20, yeah. So ODI and T20 debut for him on the International was in the same series at the end of 2015, by the way, on October 26th. So... you can almost say he started in 2016, actually. So, because 2015, by that time, there were only 2 more months left in the year. So, how are you going to give him the player of the decade when he's not even played the entire decade? That doesn't make any sense. I completely disagree with that. Next one is Men's Test Cricketer of the Decade, which is Steve Smith. Yeah, I would agree with that. He's pretty good. He's an amazing batsman. He's been in very good form. In the Ashes, he was great. And throughout the decade, not just the Ashes, but throughout the decade, he's done really well. He's got a few hundreds, a few of them. And in pressure situations, he's batted. And he's such an amazing batsman, very unorthodox, like I said in the previous video. That's what I like about him so much, is that he's not your regular sort of, technical batsman. He's got his own thing going on. He's kind of like... I was going to say Fawad Alam, but Fawad Alam is kind of like Steve Smith, let's put it that way. They've got their own technique, their own way of playing cricket. And as long as it gets you runs, who cares? You can make fun of Steve Smith as much as you want for his batting style, or Fawad Alam or Chandra Paul, but guess what? They've got way more runs than you do. Next award is the biggest award of them all. It's ICC Male Cricketer of the Decade, Sir Garfield Sobers Award. All right, so that's, yeah, if you win this award, yeah, you're a true GOAT. And to be honest, there's only one person that comes to mind when you speak of an award like that during this decade, that is. And it is Virat Kohli, and I would agree with that 100%. He won that award, and like I said, I agree. He deserves it. There hasn't been another player who have achieved as much as he has. I know some people don't really like him as the captain of India because he's not really achieved all that much. Not just India, but also Royal Challengers Bangalore. He hasn't really achieved all that much as a captain there as well. But as a player, he's done well. And even as a captain, he hasn't won any trophies, but he has qualified to the playoffs multiple times. Spirit of the Cricket Award of the Decade goes to MS Dhoni for recalling Ian Bell during... Yeah, they're choosing this one instance of recalling Ian Bell during the 2011 Nottingham Test, but I would say just his entire career, really, Dhoni is spirit of the cricket, or he's a true gentleman. I mean, that's the reason why I love him so much, even though I'm a Pakistani. He's a true gentleman. There's so many things that he's done. This is just one of them that deserves the award. And so yeah, I would agree with that one. In the past decade, I don't think there is another better example of the spirit of the game than just MS Dhoni, the player. Not even this one instance, but his whole career, like I said. Women's T20 International Cricketer of the Decade goes to Elise Perry. Who else, really? Like I said in the previous one, I was very surprised not to see Elise Perry on the list. So she got the T20 International Award, yeah, of course. Women. Oh wow, look at this. Women's ODI Award, Cricketer of the Decade Award, Elise Perry, and I'm sure the ICC Female Cricketer of the, ICC Female Cricketer of the Decade is also Elise Perry. So there you have it. All 3 awards goes to her. Like I said, very much deserved. Agree with that 100%. I was very surprised when she was not in the ranking. To move on to the men's test team of the decade. They've got Lester Cook, yeah. David Warner, yeah, okay, I guess he's played well, but he's also done some questionable things in the past decade, hasn't he? So I don't know if he should be in there. But anyways, Kane Williamson, yeah, absolutely. Virat Kohli, absolutely. Steve Smith, again, yeah, great player. He's done a lot. Deserves to be in there. Same as Warner, though. He has done some questionable things, but then again, he has achieved a lot more than Warner after, you know, he made his comeback. Whereas Warner hasn't really achieved all that much. Kumar Sangakkara, yeah, great. If you need a wicket keeper, who better than Kumar Sangakkara? Ben Stokes, absolutely. Ashwin, sure, yeah. You need a spinner in the side, so I guess he can go in. Dale Steyn, yeah, absolutely. Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson, absolutely. No Pakistanis. Wow. Okay, so Yunus Khan, no, he doesn't get in, I guess. How? Like I don't understand. Okay. Well, that's a bit disappointing, really. David Warner makes it after what he did and his very lackluster Ashes performance as well. We all know that. But Yunus Khan doesn't, even though he has done a lot better than this break. And also, he's not a cheat, so there's another thing to consider. That's a bit disappointing. But overall, just that one player, I have a problem with David Warner. Other than him, yeah, it's all right. It's a good team. Then we have Women's ODI Team of the Decade. Alyssa Healy, Susie Bates, Raj McGlanning, Stephanie Taylor, Sarah Taylor, Elise Perry, Dane. The lettering is so small. I can't even see. Goswami, Muhammad. Okay, so I've got a mix of players in here. I was actually expecting pretty much all Australian and English female cricketers here, not because of any bias or anything like that, but because they deserve it. Let's be honest. Yeah, this team is a bit. I think that what they did was they tried to go for diversity rather than skill. That's what this is. And there's the men's ODI Team of the Decade. So you have Rohit Sharma. Okay, David Warner again. Okay, yeah, sure, he's good, but then you've got Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Shakib Al Hasan, MS Dhoni, Ben Stokes, Mitch Stark, Trent Bolt, Imran Tahir, Lasith Malinga. Again, no Pakistanis. Ooh, okay. So you've got AB de Villiers in there. An ODI? On international level? Are you sure he deserves to be in there? Ooh, okay, Warner, de Villiers, again, no Pakistani. That's very disappointing. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright. So that's that. Women's T20 Team of the Decade is right there as well. Again, they have got 3. Actually, they've got 4 Aussies this time. Again, just one English player. Anya Shrubsole. And they've got Stephanie Taylor. The thing is, I don't really know much about the female cricket, so I can't really critique it all that much. I just know that Australian and English women are the best at cricket at the moment. I mean, all you gotta do is take a look at the World Cups. Pretty much every single one is won by either Australia, England, and if you look at all the finals, it's either Australia or England in the final. Always in every single one. Men's T20 International Team of the Decade has Rohit Sharma, has Chris Gale, has Aaron Finch, has Virat Kohli, has AB de Villiers, has Glenn Maxwell, has MS Dhoni, has Kieran Pollard, Rashid Khan. Again, Rashid Khan, what? Alright, fine. Jasprit Bumrah, Lasith Malinga. Again, no Pakistanis. Okay, no, seriously though, I mean, think about it, right? So this is T20, right? You've got Rashid Khan in there, who's really started his career in 2016. You've got AB de Villiers in there, who is a great player, no doubt about it. But let's compare his stats with Babar Azam. Babar Azam's stats are like 100 times better than AB de Villiers. And then at the same time, and so if your argument is going to be, well, Babar Azam only played half the decade, then well, why is Rashid Khan in there, right? The same argument can then go for Rashid Khan. I agree with pretty much all of that team, except the, you know what, we'll leave de Villiers in there. Why not? It's fine, I guess. But Rashid Khan's got to go. I don't know why he's in there. Women's Associate Player of the Decade goes to Catherine Bryce. Don't know who that is, but there you go. Men's Associate Player of the Decade goes to Kyle Coates, and I do know who that is, from Scotland. And the most important award of them all, ICC Male TikToker of the Decade, goes to David Warner. Now that award he definitely deserves. And yeah, that's not a real award, but yeah, he definitely deserves that one. All right, so then ESPN Cricinfo released their men's test team of 2020, so it's of the year, not the decade. And it has Shan Masood. Okay, what? Shan? Okay, fine. Dom Sibley, Kane Williamson, Babar Azam, Ben Stokes, Jermaine Blackwood, Josh Butler, Stuart Broad, Tim Southey, Nathan Lyon, Kyle Jameson. I'd agree with pretty much all of it. I would take out Shan Masood. I would take out Josh Butler. Instead of Josh Butler, I would add Mohammad Rizwan because he's kept a lot better, like 10 times better wicketkeeper than Josh Butler. Josh Butler was so crap behind the sticks. I mean, he dropped easy catches in the tour against Pakistan even, and the one before that against West Indies. So why is he the wicketkeeper? Because of his batting. His batting was good, I'll give him that. But if we're going to pick a wicketkeeper, it can't be Josh Butler. Sorry, I know you Englishmen love him. I love him too. He's an amazing T20 batsman. But that's what he is, a batsman, not a wicketkeeper. So I would put in Rizwan instead of Butler. I would definitely take out Shan Masood. He scored that one good innings against England, that was like 150 or 200 or something like that, like a huge innings, and because of that, he's in here. Other than that, he hasn't done anything. In the last two innings that he played against, what was it, New Zealand? He got a duck, and I think in the first innings he got a duck too. 2 ducks, I think. Maybe it wasn't a duck, but he got like 10 runs or something like that. So he definitely does not deserve to be in there. He scored most of his runs at home, and just that one good innings against England, in England. Babar Azam deserves to be in there. Dom Sibley, sure, yeah. Kane Williamson, absolutely. He's number 1 test ranked at the moment, by the way. Ben Stokes, yeah, no arguments there. Stuart Broad, Tim Southey, Nathan. Yeah, pretty much everyone except Shan Masood and Josh Butler has got to go. Who would I bring in instead of Shan Masood? I gave you a replacement for Rizwan, though, but I'm not entirely sure who I would bring in. I haven't really given that any thought. Maybe Steve Smith or someone like that. I don't know. Let me know, who would you bring in instead of Shan Masood, or would you keep it the way it is? Then we move on to men's ODI team of 2020. You've got Aaron Finch. Yeah, he's been brilliant. You've got David Warner. He's been really good as well. You've got Virat Kohli, 431 runs. Yeah, he's been good. Steve Smith, man, he's improved his stats massively. Not only has he increased his average, but also his strike rate, which is just incredible. KL Rahul is in there. Yeah, he was pretty good as well, and he's also a very decent wicketkeeper. So you've got a really good batsman as well as a wicketkeeper, unlike Josh Butler, who's only a good batsman and not a good wicketkeeper. And you've got Glenn Maxwell. Yeah, he's that entertaining batsman, that good finisher, that superstar in your lineup. He can also ball as well, so why not have him? Jadeja, he hasn't gotten too many chances to bat, but again, he's an all-rounder, can ball as well, can bat, and he's a fantastic fielder. There's no doubt about that, for sure. So yeah, he deserves to be in there. Jofra Archer, yeah, okay. He's been good. He hasn't gotten that many wickets, but he's been good. Alzari Joseph, yeah, he's been brilliant. He's gotten so many wickets. Adam Zampa has got a few wickets, as well as Josh Hazelwood. Again, no Pakistanis in this one. Although, to be honest, Pakistan hasn't really done all that well in the ODIs. Yeah, in this team, there aren't many players that I would switch around. So this one, actually, I agree with a lot more than the previous one. And we've got the men's T20 team of 2020. And you've got Quinton de Kock. Yeah, Josh Butler, absolutely. Josh Butler as a batsman, 100% in T20. Yeah, there aren't many better than Josh Butler when it comes to batting in T20 in particular. KL Rahul, again, brilliant batsman. AB de Villiers, again, amazing batsman. Ooh, again, no, Bob Razam. Come on, man. What is going on? Nicholas Puran, Kieran Pollard, Shadab Khan, Rashid Khan. Okay, yeah, Rashid Khan would definitely go into 2021. Well, actually, no. Bob Razam, I don't know. Let me check his 2020 stats. It might not be that great. No, he's done really well this year as well. But these are, okay, I just noticed something. These awards, the one that I'm mentioning for ESPN Cricinfo, are not internationals. These are all cricket, so international and domestic. And so, yeah, okay, so overall, if you look at it, then yeah, these players have done a lot better. Shadab Khan is in there, deserves definitely to be in there. Shaheen has been incredible, although I would give a shout out to Haris Rauf as well, who's been the highest wicket taker for Pakistan in T20s. But Shaheen, you know what? I would pick Shaheen over him. Actually, if you, I would, because we're not. I guess we are just looking at this year. So if we do look at just this year alone, yeah, Haris Rauf has gotten a lot more wickets. But I think the reason why Shaheen makes it is because he's gotten the second most wickets for Pakistan in T20s. After Haris Rauf, but I think his economy rate is a lot better than Haris Rauf, and I think that's why he's in the team. And also he's very young, so it's good to have youngsters in there. You know what? I won't change much about the T20 side either. There is the ICC Test batting ranking. It changed a little bit because Kane Williamson became the #1 batsman, and he absolutely deserves it. He's such a classic textbook player. I love him so much. Yeah, Virat is at #2. Steve Smith is at #3. Zero's #1, so he dropped at #3. Now Miroslav Skakny is at #3 as well, tied with Smith for some reason. Wait, what? But the ratings are different, so how are they tied? I'm not entirely sure how that works. Can someone explain how that works? But yeah, there are the rankings. So we'll move on to the PCB Awards now. Individual Performance of the Year. So here are the nominees. Fawad Alam 102 versus New Zealand in the first test. Yeah, that was a pretty good performance. Mohammad Hafiz 86 not out. Against England in the third ODI. That was pretty good as well. Naseem Shah, 4 for 26. He got the hat-trick against Bangladesh, the youngest ever bowler in the history of Test to get a hat-trick. And then Shan Masood, 156 it was. I thought it was 200. Shan Masood got against England in the Test, which was a very good innings. Now, here's what I will say about that. You will see many hundreds in the future. What you will never see, well, not never, but what you won't see as often as the hundreds is hat-tricks, and what you won't see as much after the hat-tricks is hat-tricks by someone who is 16 or 17, I don't know how old he was, but that young to take hat-tricks on the international level. So I would definitely have to pick Naseem Shah for that. And the winner chosen for the individual performance of the year was Fawad Alam, 102. Like I said, brilliant knock that was. A lot of respect for him. He showed a lot of patience and really good defense as well alongside Mohammad Rizwan. But a couple of things. One, they lost that match. They didn't win that match. Yes, we're talking about individual performances, but you should also consider what kind of an impact that individual performance had on the entire game. And in the end, the truth of it is, as much as I liked that innings, it ended in a loss for Pakistan, whereas Naseem Shah's hat-trick ended in a win. So I would still stick with Naseem Shah. I don't think that was a good decision given it to Fawad Alam. But that's that. You can let me know yours as well. Most Valuable Cricketer of the Year. Nominees is Bob Razam, Mohammad Hafiz, Mohammad Rizwan, Shaheen Afridi. Okay, first off, if it's going to be the most valuable cricketer of the year, it has to be someone who plays all three formats, right? Or am I wrong in that? It has to be, right? So why is Mohammad Hafiz there? So it has to be between Bob Razam, Rizwan, and Shaheen Afridi, and then out of those three, it'll have to be Bob Razam, obviously. Yep, Most Valuable Cricketer of the Year, Bob Razam. Yeah, that was an easy one. We don't have many better players at the moment than Bob Razam. Test Cricketer of the Year, Bob Razam, Mohammad Rizwan, Shaheen Afridi, Shan Masood. It's definitely not Shan Masood. I don't know why. That one innings he's done there, just whatever. Shan Masood can piss off. So it's between Shaheen, Bob Razam, and Mohammad Rizwan. Because Bob Razam won an award already, for me, it then has to be between Shaheen or Rizwan. Now, Shaheen, man, he's been so good. Rizwan has been really good as well. He's kept the wickets really well, and he's batted really well as well. But I think I'll have to go with Shaheen. Is that another bowler I'm picking over a batsman? I just noticed that. Maybe it's because I'm a bowler myself. That's why I'm picking the Pacers. But I'll have to go with Shaheen. Let's see who the PCB gave it to. Test Cricketer of the Year award goes to Mohammad Rizwan. Okay, I would agree with that. Like I said, it's either Rizwan or Shaheen, not Babur, simply because he already got the most valuable player, so let's give the others a chance too. White Ball Cricketer of the Year nominees are Babar Azam, Haris Rauf, Mohammad Hafiz, Shaheen Afridi. Now Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf and Mohammad Hafiz in white ball has been fantastic. But the thing about Hafiz is he's only been good in T20s. He's not been that great in ODIs. I don't even know if he plays ODIs, actually. He might not even been playing any ODIs. So, again, his nominee here doesn't really make all that much sense. Again, I'm going to have to say it'll have to be between the two pace ballers, Haris Rauf or Shaheen Afridi. I think I'm going to have to go with Haris Rauf here. Let's see who PCB gives it to. White Ball Cricketer of the Year. Ah, they gave it to Babar Azam. Okay, he definitely deserves it. Brilliant player he is, but I think Haris Rauf deserves it a little more. Domestic Cricketer of the Year, Hassan Ali, Kamran Ghulam, Saud Shakil, and Zahid Mahmood. I would have to give this one to Kamran Ghulam, and I know a lot of you are going to say that I'm biased. I'm not. It's not because he plays for KPK. Look at his stats, man. He's been so phenomenal. He's been fantastic. And so I think he should definitely get it. But I know it's going to be Hassan Ali. Who else would it be? Of course, they're going to pick the international player. Let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that. So it is Kamran Ghulam. I was completely wrong about that. Okay. So yeah, Kamran Ghulam, I said he deserves it and they gave it to him. I thought they were going to give it to Hassan Ali simply because he's an international player and he's making a comeback. But no, Kamran Ghulam. All right, brilliant. I agree. Women's Cricketer of the Year, Alia Riaz, Bisma Maroof, Javeria Khan, Muniba Ali. Don't know who any of them are, so we'll just move straight to who won that one. It was Alia Riaz who won it. Great, I guess. I don't really know anything about him. So, Men's Emerging Cricketer of the Year. So there you've got Mohammad Herrera, they've got what is that? Mubashir Khan, Rahel Nazir, Qasim Akram. Again, the only player that I know here is Rahel Nazir, and that's it. So I'm just gonna pick him simply because I know him. I don't know the others. So that award goes to Rahel Nazir. Okay, yeah, he got it. All right, so we have another award for Men's Emerging International Cricketer of the Year. Okay, so we have Haider Ali, we have Haris Rauf, we have Naseem Shah, and we have Khush Dil Shah. Now Haider Ali started off really well, but his performance dipped a lot now in the middle, at the end of the year. So I don't think it's going to be him. Haris Rauf, he's been brilliant, so he's a good shout. Naseem Shah has been really good as well, so he's a good shout as well. The thing about Khush Dil Shah is he bats so low down the order that he doesn't really get a chance to prove himself. So he hasn't had much of a chance to prove himself. He hasn't really gotten that many opportunities to play. So I don't think it's going to be him or Haider Ali. So it has to be between Haris Rauf or Naseem Shah. Now, since it's emerging, I'm assuming they'll give it to Naseem Shah since he's younger than Haris Rauf. But I think Haris Rauf might deserve this a little more than Naseem Shah. Well, let's see. Moment of truth. Who? Okay, yeah, they've given it to Naseem Shah. Like I said, it makes sense because the award is emerging award, and you normally give that to the youngsters. And Naseem Shah is much younger than Haris Rauf. But Haris Rauf, like I said, he's been brilliant and he deserves a shout as well. Then we have another award. It's Spirit of Cricket Award. These are, again, PCB Awards. And so the nominees for that is Pakistan visiting Bangladesh dressing room after winning the 2-0 tournament. There's Sindh players thanking a retiring Imran Farhad for his contributions. That's pretty good as well. Pakistan players congratulating Zach Crawley after his 267 in the Southampton test. Okay, yeah, that's good, but then again, if someone scores 260 on you, yeah, you should at least applaud that. So that's not that great. I don't think it's going to be that one. Pakistan players congratulating Zimbabwe's Elton Chikumbura on a successful career. Yeah, that's a pretty good one as well. Two reasons why I think that one should win. One, it's an associate team, right? Zimbabwe. They don't really get much recognition. And second, Pakistan won that tournament or that series. So to show gratitude while you're winning is something special. It's something that deserves a bit of recognition. So it'll have to be, with that logic, it'll have to be two of these, because Pakistan won in two cases. The first one, which was against Bangladesh, Pakistan won and still went to their dressing room, so that's a good gesture. And the second one against Elton and Gambura, I would pick Elton because, like I said, they're not going to get another shout after this, let's be honest. So this is their only chance. Whereas Bangladesh is a huge cricketing nation. They'll get many chances. So just based on that, I would go with Bangladesh, but let's see what they chose. I mean, I would go with Zimbabwe, sorry, but they chose Bangladesh. So Pakistan player visiting Bangladesh dressing room. Like I said, it'll have to be between Bangladesh or Zimbabwe. So they picked Bangladesh, but I would have gone with Zimbabwe. Do let me know. Do you agree with these? Do you agree with me? You know, all of that good stuff. I'm going to end it right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do drop a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice